What's happening, everyone? This is DC Marvel, and this is who I think is going to dethrone every main roster champion. Let's go. Let's start with the Men's United States Championship division. Now, as we all know, the current Men's United States Champion is Jacob Fatu, and there's not a lot of people that can stop him. But the one person I think can is Solo Sikoa, because at the minute, they're the bloodline, nothing stopping them. But down the line, I think there will be cracks, and then it'll lead to an implosion, and I think it'll cause a match to happen between Solo and Jacob, and Solo will pick up the victory. Now let's discuss the World Heavyweight Championship division. The current World Heavyweight Champion is Jey Uso. He won this championship after he made Gunther tap at WrestleMania 41. Now, in terms of who I think could dethrone Jey, I mean, you could say Jimmy, you could say other Bloodline members, but my prediction is Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn is going to dethrone Jey because it was teased he was going to turn heel on Monday Night Raw whenever they were all celebrating, and he did look at the championship a few times, so I do think this could lead to a match at SummerSlam. I don't think Backlash because I think that's a little bit too soon, but I do think SummerSlam is the right place for Sami versus Jey Uso. Up next, we have the WWE Women's Championship. Now, the current Women's Champion is Tiffany Stratton, and she just had a really good match against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. So in terms of who I think could dethrone Tiffany Stratton, I do think that Naomi is going to dethrone her, because she is on a really good heel run at the minute. Although she just took an L at WrestleMania against Jade Cargill, I do think she will have a strong comeback and dethrone Tiffany Stratton. Now let's discuss the Women's World Championship. Now, the current Women's World Champion is Io Sky after she just defended her title at WrestleMania against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Now, who I think could dethrone Io Sky, I do think that Bayley is going to be the one to dethrone Io Sky. Now, I do think she's going to turn heel and maybe go after Lyra Valkyria after the whole tag match situation. But I do think that Bayley's going to become a heel down the line and face Io Sky and dethrone her for a Women's World Championship. Now let's move on to the Women's United States Championship division. The current Women's United States Champion is Chelsea Green. There are a lot of good female superstars out there who I think stand a good chance at getting this championship, but the one that stands out most is Nia Jax. I do think Nia Jax stands a good chance of getting this championship. I do think down the line that Nia Jax will win a Fatal 4-Way or a #1 contendership match for the United States Championship, and I do think that she will pick up the victory and become the new Women's United States Champion. Let's move on to the Men's Intercontinental Championship division. The current Intercontinental Champion is Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Now, I just got to say, this match was an absolute banger at WrestleMania. My prediction was Dominic, and I'm so glad he got the victory because he deserves it, man. He's been in the company for a while. My prediction of who I think is going to dethrone Dominic Mysterio is Karrion Kross, because Karrion Kross is having quite a good singles run at the minute, and I do think that he is the one to take it off Dominic. Let's move on to the Women's Intercontinental Championship division. The current Women's Intercontinental Champion is Lyra Valkyria, and recently Becky Lynch turned on Lyra Valkyria after they lost the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, Backlash is coming up. I do think this is the perfect time to take the Intercontinental Championship off Lyra Valkyria, and I do think Becky Lynch is the one to do it. But in order for this to happen, I think the crowd need to get behind Becky a bit more, and they need to build this feud up a bit more, because I do think this match will be really good, and I do think Becky Lynch is going to take the title off Lyra Valkyria. Last but not least, we have the Men's Undisputed WWE Championship. Now, the current WWE Champion is John Cena after he won his 17th World Championship at WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes. Now, John Cena only has 26 dates remaining in his farewell tour. Now, after SmackDown, it's going to be 25, but I do think he will have a really good run, cutting promos, maybe the odd match here and there, but I do think it will be Randy Orton to take the championship off John Cena. Although Randy Orton is going to be fighting John Cena at Backlash after he RKO'd him and held the championship, I do think down the line Randy Orton will be the one to dethrone John Cena. That brings us to the end of our video today. I hope you all enjoyed. Now make sure you put in the comments who you think is going to dethrone every current champion. And as usual, there's more edits dropping soon, so stay tuned.